Today's episode of Film Rights brought to you by Full Sail University. Today on Film Right, we talk muzzle flashes from the advanced to the super simple. Welcome to Film Right, the show that takes the mystery out of the effects and techniques going to some of your favorite Hollywood films. I'm your host, Ryan Conley. Now, we both know what we're going to talk about today, so let's not beat around the shrubbery. Ryan, I love the muzzle flashes and losses. Can you teach your method behind getting good gunfire? See, at this point, you think I'm predictable. I said it in the opening, I showed the email, so you're expecting me to do a muzzle flash tutorial. Well, that's where you're wrong, buddy. Ryan Conley is unpredictable, so today I'm going to talk about editing instead. And now you must be thinking, this is weird. He really isn't going to show us how to do muzzle flashes. Ha! Wrong again. Now that you think I won't, I will. First thing I will show you is how we did it. Now, we weren't going for a super realistic flare, which now cues a few people to post comments saying, good, because in real life there aren't any flares. Yeah. I wanted sort of a stylistic reality, so I handed it off to Stark, and here's what he came up with. First, bring your footage into your compositor of choice and make sure you're working in 32-bit per channel linear workspace. We're working in linear working space because it mimics how the real world is with light. It's additive, meaning if there's no light, it's black. Now scrub in the timeline to the frame of the moment of action. And next, add a solid layer that's a light orange and change the mode to color dodge. Now mask around the layer so that it's only on your subject and the environment that is close enough to it to where if this flare was actually there, it would be illuminating those surroundings. Next, we add our muzzle flash. Align it to the gun barrel so that it's facing in the direction of the output, then change this layer's blending mode to add and add a slight blur so the flare is not so sharp. Next up is smoke, which as I showed you in this episode, smoke is one of the biggest parts to a realistic gunfire. And in that same episode, we gave you a link to download free smoke assets we made for you, so check it out for all of that. But for the smoke, just drop it in and position it just like the muzzle flash and change it to the add blending mode, or if that looks too bright, try screen. Now, unlike the flash, the smoke will last on screen for a little while, so you have to track the shot and add that info to the smoke layer to make sure that it looks like it belongs in that world. Next, Stark added a glow by adding a circular shaped solid that was blurred and put into add blending mode, and then just lined it up with the core parts of the muzzle flash. After that, we added a distortion of the environment around the muzzle for our own little stylistic personal touch. To do this, all we did was add an adjustment layer below everything so it was between the other effects and the plate, and then we added a rough mask shape based on the muzzle flash, then feathered the mask edges, and then added a blur effect to this layer. And the last thing we did was to add a lens flare every couple of shots. Since this is a flash of light, if it was really happening inside the scene, at certain angles the light would hit the lens, bounce around inside of the glass, and cause flares. But that's just an excuse to add it. Really, I'm adding it because it looks cool, and it adds just another extra little something. Feel me? Now all that's left to do is watch it back, make sure you have no issues, and then add your sound effects. If you dream of becoming a filmmaker, Full Sail University has degree programs to help you achieve your goal, including the on-campus Film Bachelor's Degree Program and the online Digital Cinematography Bachelor's Program. Through the Film Bachelor's Degree Program, you'll learn the filmmaking process from start to finish on a campus that is equipped like a Hollywood studio backlot. In the online Digital Cinematography Bachelor's Program, you'll learn what it takes to write, shoot, and edit your own films. Online students receive a technology package that includes a professional-level digital video camera. Full Sail University also offers a variety of campus and online degrees in fields related to the entertainment and media industry, including video games, art and design, recording arts, entertainment business, and many more. So visit fullsail.edu/Film Riot to learn more. Logo. So we showed you how to get a good digital muzzle flash, but I realize that a lot of you may not have the resources to pull it off like I showed you before. So for those of you who want to have a gunshot but aren't so good with the After Effects trickery, be not saddened. I have a few ideas for you. A few ideas of stuff you can do to show a gunshot without showing a gunshot.
A few ideas of stuff you can do to show a gunshot without showing a gunshot.
First off, if you can get your hands on a gas blowback gun like this one, which has the sweet delicious gas that shoots from the barrel, you can get away with just using that, a sound effect, and by adding light to your image for just 2 frames like this. If we go frame by frame, you see that I use 2 frames in total. One is super bright, one about half that, and then finally back to the normal image. By doing this, you will trick most of your audience into thinking that they just saw a muzzle flash when they really didn't. Of course, it would be better if you masked only around the area that was affected by the muzzle flash, but this is for those who need the bare minimum, so There you go. Next, just don't show it at all. And I do this a lot, but just as a creative choice, but you can use it to your advantage to have your audience believe a gun was just fired inside your story. I actually use this in losses.
Screw it.
Again, that was a style choice and not to sell the effect, but if you don't have the resources to do a full-on muzzle flash, this is a preferred alternative in my opinion. And it doesn't need to be as vague as in my scene. It could be super obvious as well, like this. And now, the other character is so concernicus as to what's transpiring. Oh, the dramas. Another thing you can do to kind of sort of show it is just by using light, which I think I may have shown you guys before, but it's worth repeating just in case. So have the shot on your actor with the gun, then cue your actor to act out shooting the gun while at the same time an assistant is flipping on and off a light as fast as they can. And it looks something like this. Very effective, and I've used this technique several times, especially when I was younger and we didn't have all those super cool technology gadget thingies at our disposal. Young whippersnappers with your loud music. But yeah, there's a few ideas to cap it a fool without all the sweet bells and whistles of the Adobes. Logo time.
Logo.
That's it, ladies, and also gentlemen, take the ideas and go crazy. And if you have your own technique for shooting a gun without shooting one, send me your video to my Twitter at twitter.com/Ryan_Conley. I'd love to see them, but until next time, stay safe and watch good films.